I'm going to make Dubai chocolate brownies, but instead of making brownie mix from scratch, I'm just going to use Duncan Hines. This is one of my favorite brownie mixes, so I'm just going to mix it up per instructions. This is one that needs eggs, oil, and water, and then I am going to divvy it up in this silicone mold. I want to make individual brownie size instead of a full brownie pan. I know a lot of bakers, when they're scooping like cupcake batter or cake batter into like molds, they use like a cookie scoop or an ice cream scoop. I use a Asian soup spoon. It works for me. And 2 scoops is what I'm gonna put in each one of these mini, this is technically a mini loaf pan, but I'm using it to make individual brownies. So yeah, 2 scoops in each one. All right, I got the pan filled, and I'm not for sure exactly how long to cook it. An 8x8 is 36 to 40. They're not that high. I'm gonna just start at 20 minutes and then check it every couple minutes after that. I think 20 minutes at 350 was the perfect temperature. I think they look done. I did do my toothpick test and it came out clean. So now I'm gonna put these on a cooling rack. I'm gonna leave them in the pan because I kind of want to use this as a mold for the next step, but they need to be completely cooled first. The next step in the recipe is to brown the kadaf, 2 cups of the kadaf. You can brown it in the oven if you want. There are instructions on the back of this package how to do that. I'm just going to saute it with a tablespoon of butter on top of the stove. So I will need 2 cups of this. And then after that is golden brown, I will add this small jar of pistachio nut butter. This is actually Walmart's brand. It was $6 for 1 jar. Name brand can be over like $10. This stuff gets pretty expensive. And it is possible to make your own pistachio butter by grinding up pistachios in your blender with a little oil or a little cream. My niece has made her own butter and she really likes it, but I don't have time for that. And technically pistachios by themselves are pretty expensive too, so I just went with the jar. While that butter is starting to melt, I'm going to blend this in my blender, not to make butter. It's just going to be a quick crush because I want to make them into a toppings on top of the brownies, just like a little embellishment. And this bag alone was like $6.99. Like I mentioned, making Dubai chocolate anything is expensive. So yeah, let me just get this just a slight pulse just to make them a little smaller so I can sprinkle them on top of the final layer of these brownies. I don't know why there's already a dark piece in it. I'll just say it came like that. All right, it's flicking all over the place, but I'm doing this on medium heat. Here are the pistachios I ground up. I was afraid to ground it too much because I didn't want to turn it into butter, but that's good for sprinkling on top. All right, the kadaf is browned. I turned the heat off. I'm gonna let it cool down for a couple minutes, and then I am going to add the jar of pistachio cream. Just spread it out so I can get a little more brown as the pan cools down. All right, the next step is to add the pistachio cream. Seems like a lot, but I'm doing the whole jar. I got it all mixed together, and now I'm gonna add it to the top of each brownie. I'm gonna taste test it real quick. Just the pistachio cream. If you hear a bunch of chomping, my cats are eating dinner. It's really good. It just tastes like, has the texture of peanut butter. And it tastes like pistachios. I could totally make a pistachio and jelly sandwich. This is so good. All right, I'm just gonna spread a layer on top of each one, like that. Like 2 scoops from my spoon. The next step, I'm gonna make a chocolate ganache to put on top. For the final layer, I'm gonna make a chocolate ganache. I'm going to melt 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips with 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. So first, I gotta heat the whipping cream. I'm gonna do it in the microwave 30 seconds at a time until it's slightly steaming. And then just 1 cup, 8 ounces. This is a 12-ounce pack, so just a cup of these chocolate chips. All right, now I'm pouring in the warm cream. I've never done this before, so I'm not for sure that this is right. All right, I'm gonna warm it up a little more. All right, it's coming together. I think I just get impatient. I did microwave it for 30 more seconds. It's darkening up. Stirring it really good so there's no lumps in it. I've never made a ganache before, so, but I thought it was too light, but it's actually darkened up really nice. All right, now I'm gonna pour the top layer of ganache on each one. Now I'm going to take those crushed pistachios and just sprinkle some like that on top. And then if you want to let them sit at room temperature, it'll take a couple hours for the ganache to firm up, or you can put them in the fridge for at least a half hour. I'm going to put it in the fridge because I don't want to wait 2 hours before trying this. All right, this is a new silicone pan. I'm just testing it out. So it's been in the fridge for an hour and a half. Oh, damn it. Okay, how do I do this? All right, there. A little messed up on that one, but can you see it? It looks okay. It looks okay. try this again. Oh, I'll just eat that. All right. Pop up the whole thing. Pop up the whole thing. There we go. Look at that. It's, doesn't that, oh, damn it. There we go. The ganache is still creamy. So I got it. Did I say it wrong?
You got it. Talking to the cat.
Talking to the cat. Look how pretty they look.
How do you eat those?
I'm not for sure.
Like, do you cut them or something? Like into little squares or?
I've never seen anyone make it like this, so how would you do it?
Not sure yet.
I'll just press it all the
I'm
way
curious what it looks like with one cut with a steak knife or something.
I'm trying not to, okay. I'll push it all the way up because, like I said, the ganache is still creamy. It's not like hard chocolate. All right, so I'm gonna pop the rest of these out. So here we go. They came out of the mold very easily. I'm definitely gonna start buying more silicone molds. I got my cat supervisors. Can't share with you guys.
Go to the right.
Go to the right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, your left.
The gang's all here. Now we're gonna do a taste test. So I think I'm just gonna cut one for my husband to share because these were a little bigger. I wanted to buy like the heart silicone molds that they had at Walmart, but I waited too long and they were sold out. So it's one of those things where in the future, I'm not second guessing myself. If I like it, I need to buy it right away. Because now, but these little loaves look great and I will definitely use them for other recipes. It looks pretty good. All right, taste test. They were in the refrigerator, and I think to buy chocolate, the pistachio filling tastes better when it's not frozen. But the cat problems. Anyway, might be a little more creamier if it wasn't cold. Here you go, Robert. We're gonna taste test it anyway.
Oh man. Yeah, knife and fork. That's damn good.
It's still creamy. Oh my God. That's the first time I've ever made chocolate ganache and technically the pistachio cream filling. That is so good. Oh my God. If it wasn't so expensive to make, this is essentially, it costs $25 to make 8 brownies. So
It's still a lot cheaper than what I paid.
still a lot cheaper than what you paid for that candy bar from Turkey.
Yep.
I will definitely be making these again. But you do gotta like pistachio. I love pistachio. I've had a couple people comment that they don't like pistachio. I feel bad for you. I love pistachio.
What if you replace peanuts with that?
What do you mean?
Like, what if you replace peanuts with the pistachio? Would it be like a peanut butter delight?
There's pistachios on it
My point is, what if somebody replaced peanuts,
with pistachios.
pistachios with peanuts?
It would still be good. I don't know that anyone's, oh my God. I also forgot the tahini.
What the hell's tahini?
I forgot the tahini and this is still delicious.
What is tahini?
Tahini is sesame. See, that's
Unbelievable.
I forgot the tahini.
Where did that supposed to go?
And the green pistachio layer.
Oh my God.
It's still good though. Didn't need. I've seen people. Obviously, the recipe. I watched a lot of videos, and the one recipe I decided to kind of follow, she never used tahini, and so I completely forgot about it.
I thought it tasted a little different than the chocolate bar, but it still tastes good. It just tasted different. No, I was just thinking. I was like, what if you replaced the things with peanuts? That would be.
I don't know.
It might be kind of unique.
So that would have been a $36 brownie if I would have remembered to add the tahini. Now I have tahini for a different recipe.
So where's the tahini?
Hold on, let me grab it. This is the tahini that I forgot. But most people only put like a couple tablespoons of tahini in the mixture. So
Stop it.
I think it was just to make it more creamy. I will use this. I just forgot. So what it's been a long day.
Something's attacking that bag.
It's a cat. And so what he meant is like, so this was the kadaf. So instead of mixing it with the pistachio cream, this pistachio butter, mix it with peanut butter, and then put crushed salted peanuts on top instead of pistachios. That sounds really good. So when we used to go to Las Vegas a lot, and there's an Ethel's Chocolate there, and they had a chocolate bar that had a peanut butter crunchiness in the middle, and I think it was something like this.
Yeah, it was unidentifiable. And then they stopped making it.
They stopped making it, Robert. It was the best peanut
The
butter
lady
chocolate
told
bar
me
ever.
it was one of their best-selling chocolates, and then 3 years later, it doesn't exist.
All right, so I'm gonna try this with peanut butter,
Might be worth it.
and then I'll have to figure out what to do with this bottle of tahini that I forgot to use. But in all fairness, the one recipe I decided on didn't use tahini.
Is that like a butter? What is that? Like?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Instead,
Okay.
it's like the sesame butter, like the pistachio cream and the peanut butter. So it's just sesame seeds ground up, like the pistachios, just pistachios
I
ground
mean,
up.
you could technically like pipe it on there if you wanted to. Or something.
I could. I think it was just to make
Yeah.
the pistachio a little creamier. So,
right.
oops. Still, but you know what? That saved for someone who doesn't want to make an expensive recipe. It saved $8.
Yeah.
And it still tastes good.
Yep.
And a person could make it cheaper because the ganache, I used the expensive chocolate. You can use Hershey's chocolate. You can use what chocolate you want.
This isn't grainy though. This has no grain to it. That's one thing I don't know. I don't know. I always notice when the chocolate's grainy. This is not grainy.
I always say it wrong. Ghirardelli?
Ghirardelli.
Huh?
I don't know how to say it. Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli, yeah.
We use Ghirardelli. You saw it in the video. I could eat another one right now. Robert, you want another one? Eat the bites.
Yeah, I'll eat the bites.
And so now we're debating, should we refrigerate it or not? I feel like we should because of the ganache has heavy cream in it.
When you buy ganache, how do you buy it? Is it refrigerated?
I kind of feel like it is. I don't know. I never bought a cake with ganache on it.
Yeah, but what if you buy what are those things that they make some sort of candy with ganache? What is that?
Truffle?
Truffle.
No, they don't refrigerate truffles.
Okay. But the ganache is also in the middle usually. Covered with something.
I'm going to refrigerate it and then take it out a half hour before I want to eat it. That's what I'm going to do.
It is really good.
It's so good. Now that I understand this peanut butter idea,
I'm telling you, that was
I'm
the
making
best.
it next. I am making it next.
It really was best. It was like the best peanut butter. I mean, Reese's was no comparison. It was like they had 3 or 4 different things going on. Oh my God, it was amazing. And now they don't make it.
So we're fortunate to have a global food market in St. Louis. You can also order it on Amazon. Or technically, it's just puff pastry dough shredded. So you could just buy puff pastry dough and shred it yourself.
Interesting.
And then you gotta cook it to make it crunchy.